Range: Why Generalists Triumph in a Specialized World, by David Epstein is a deeply researched and compellingly told argument in favor of breadth over early specialization. Through stories of elite athletes, groundbreaking scientists, successful businesspeople, and unexpected innovators, Epstein takes the reader on a journey that challenges the modern obsession with early specialization and niche mastery. Instead, he builds a case for the generalist, the curious, wide-ranging thinker who learns slowly but deeply and connects ideas across disciplines. The book begins with a comparison between Tiger Woods and Roger Federer. Tiger, the poster child of early specialization, picked up a golf club before he could walk and became a world champion through thousands of hours of focused training. Federer, by contrast, dabbled in several sports before settling on tennis relatively late. Epstein uses these contrasting figures to highlight the central question of the book. Is it better to specialize early, or to explore broadly and then focus? Epstein argues that while early specialization can produce success in kind environments, domains with clear rules and feedback like chess or golf, it often fails in wicked environments, where patterns are unclear, feedback is delayed, and adaptability matters more than rote skill. The world, increasingly, is a wicked environment. As such, those who are nimble thinkers, who can pivot across knowledge domains, and who are comfortable not knowing, tend to thrive in the long run. Through story after story, Epstein illustrates this idea. He introduces us to inventors who broke ground not by drilling deeper into one area, but by borrowing tools and metaphors from entirely unrelated fields. For instance, one story centers on a designer who solved an engineering challenge in medical devices using a technique he had learned in the textile industry. These serendipitous insights are more common among generalists, who are often cross-pollinators of knowledge. He critiques the cult of the 10,000-hour rule, made popular by Malcolm Gladwell and based on research by Anders Ericsson. While deliberate practice is indeed powerful, Epstein argues that the rule is misleading when applied broadly. In many cases, too much early practice in one domain can actually stifle creativity and long-term growth. He suggests that meandering, experimentation, and what may appear as wasted time actually serve an essential function in developing robust mental models. One fascinating chapter explores how successful problem solvers often come from outside the specific domain in which the problem exists. Using the example of Innocentive, a platform where companies post scientific challenges for the public to solve, Epstein shows that outsiders, those with adjacent but not identical expertise, are often the most likely to find solutions. This underscores his thesis that innovation thrives at the intersection of disciplines. Another insight from the book involves the idea of lateral thinking with withered technology, a term coined by Japanese game designer Gunpei Yokoi. Yokoi created the Game Boy using old, inexpensive components in innovative ways. Epstein uses this to explore how constraint and improvisation, hallmarks of generalist thinking, often lead to the most creative outcomes. He also explores how we learn and retain knowledge. The traditional model of drilling skills in tightly structured environments does not lead to flexible intelligence. In contrast, spacing out practice, interleaving topics, and confronting difficulty, hallmarks of generalist learning, may seem inefficient but actually produce deeper, more transferable understanding. This cognitive friction is what makes knowledge stick. A key moment in the book is Epstein's examination of education systems and their effect on long-term learning. He compares early tracking systems in European countries, where students are funneled into career paths in adolescence, to more flexible systems like that of the United States. Although U.S. students may lag behind early on, they often surpass their specialized peers later in life because of their adaptability and broader base of knowledge. Throughout the narrative, Epstein never disparages specialists outright. He acknowledges that in certain fields, like classical music or gymnastics, early specialization is almost a necessity. But these are exceptions, not rules. For the vast majority of people and careers, especially in a world undergoing rapid technological and cultural change, being a generalist is a far more valuable trait. The book is filled with memorable characters and case studies, from military strategists to business consultants, who succeeded not by mastering a single domain but by thinking broadly, drawing analogies, and embracing ambiguity. Epstein highlights how Nobel laureates are more likely than their peers to have artistic hobbies, and how leaders in various fields often took winding, exploratory paths to their eventual careers. There's also a strong ethical underpinning to Epstein's message. In a world that pushes children towards specialization earlier and earlier, be it in sports, academics, or music, he offers a refreshing reminder that exploration, play, and even failure are not just acceptable but beneficial. Young people, he argues, deserve time to try different paths, to discover what fits, and to build a more holistic sense of self. Toward the end of the book, Epstein shares his own journey of becoming a science writer with no formal science training. He credits his ability to connect dots and ask unexpected questions to his own diverse educational and professional experiences. His story reinforces the book's thesis: range isn't a liability, it's a hidden superpower. Range ultimately champions a way of living and thinking that embraces uncertainty, fosters intellectual humility, and prioritizes growth over mastery. It's an invitation to zoom out, to be curious across boundaries, and to accept that the best paths are often the least linear. In a world obsessed with becoming the best, the book dares to ask, what if it's better to be good at many things and to keep evolving? By the final pages, Epstein leaves the reader with a deep sense of reassurance and inspiration. Lifelong learning, in his view, isn't just a strategy for professional success, it's a way to remain engaged, flexible, and open in a rapidly changing world. Generalists may take longer to find their place, but when they do, they often redefine what success looks like.